Hi, I'm Gil Matthew, Executive Director of the Nevada County Economic Resource Council, and this is All Things Economic. And today's topic is reading the economic tea leaves. Now, economic data is a bit like looking at an aquarium full of fish and trying to count them. The data keeps moving around, and just when you think you have it counted correctly, everything moves and you have to start over. That's the way the economy is. It keeps moving. And just when you think you have figured out, it moves and changes. For instance, the median price of a house in your area, let's say, is X. And then 2 months later, it is Y. And the difference is 20%. Why? Well, for the median price of a home, that is the middle price of all the homes sold in the subject area. So if one or more of the multi-million dollar homes sells, then the median price can change a lot. Or for instance, think about this. Half of the students in my son's class are below average. Of course that is true, but what is average? And can average move? There are three things to keep in mind when hearing any data. Context matters. Economic data doesn't exist in a vacuum. A single number like GDP growth or unemployment rate might seem good or bad, but its meaning depends on historical trends, seasonal factors, and broader economic conditions. Example, a 4% unemployment rate sounds low, but if a significant number of workers have left the labor force, not counted in the unemployment stats, it may not really reflect a strong job market. Inflation adjusted versus nominal data. Many economic figures are reported in nominal terms, meaning they don't account for inflation. Real data adjusts for inflation, making it more useful for comparing across time periods. Example, if wages rise by 5%, but inflation is 6%, real wages have actually declined in purchasing power. And then there is short-term versus long-term trends. Economic indicators fluctuate due to short-term events like weather, political change, or temporary market shifts. A single month's data might not reveal the bigger picture. Example, a sudden drop in GDP could be a temporary reaction to a crisis, while a steady decline over several quarters signals a deeper economic issue. Survey data is one of the most corruptible areas of economic data. And one of the interesting ones is the consumer confidence number that is published monthly. In the first quarter of 2022, it showed a significant decline in confidence, and yet the overall economy kept moving ahead full force, and did so for the next 8 quarters. I would also suggest that 2 more things should be considered when hearing economic data. What is the source? Is it reliable? And what is the time frame? If your aunt tells you that the price of bread is going up, did she change the type of bread she was buying? Or did she change the store from which she bought it? And second, when was the last time she bought bread? And if someone in government gives you a number, be aware. Reading the economic tea leaves is tricky, but really fun. Until next time, I'm Gil Matthew, and this is All Things Economic.